In the third of our series of basic LMS setup, we're going to turn our attention to the attendance page. And first, we're going to be looking at how to set up the attendance function. So we're going to go down to settings, and you can see you have the choice of doing a whole session by the hour, uh, right down to by the minute. At a minimum, uh, we want to do the attendance based on a whole sessions. If you choose one of the other methods, you can read up on how to do this in the LMS guide that is contained in the faculty pages on the portal. So we're going to use the default whole sessions. For our evening programs, you should send a warning after 2 unexcused absences at a minimum. For the night program, I send a warning for every absence. That is optional. But this takes the place of our former paper system of sending out a warning to students after 2 absences. Uh, you can choose who's going to get this warning. Again, at a minimum, you need to send it to the student, and you need to send a copy to our college secretary, Linda Smith. To do that, click on Other and type in her email address, smithli@tcc.fl.edu. I also like to receive a copy of the warning letter. It takes a half a second to delete it. It just, at least in the first couple of weeks of the course, it ensures that the warning system is working correctly. If for some reason I haven't set this up and I catch it at a later date, you can hit this resend the warnings, and that will generate a warning email to the students and to Ms. Smith. And I also click the highlighter, which will alert me to students that have attendance warnings. Their color of the font of their name will change from black to orange. I ignore this warning. This system does not slow down to any noticeable degree. So that allows me to set up the function of the attendance. This should be done prior to the first class. When the classes actually begin, and since this is, let me go back, since this is a day class, I don't need to send after 2 warnings. I'm going to keep it to the default send after 3. Uh, Again, I believe our policy has always been after 4 absences. I'm a little more conservative with that, given the impact of an administrative withdrawal on a student. And since we're not generating paper and postage, but just electronic communication, uh, I want to send it out sooner rather than later. So I'm going to use the default for the day class of 3. In some night classes, especially when we have large groups of new students, I send out a warning for every absence. Again, it doesn't cost us anything. All right, so what we do once we begin the classes, let's say this is the first day of class, which in the fall will be for uh, August 25th. As you can see, we have our um, class schedule here. Uh, we would simply take attendance the way we normally do, and then input uh, whether the absence is excused or unexcused, or if the student was late. Uh, Again, uh, I strongly advise, whether it is an excused absence or an unexcused absence, you highlight unexcused for the system, because an excused absent will not count as an absentee for our administrative withdrawal, when in fact even an excused absence counts towards the maximum number of missed classes. Uh, you don't have to use the tardy. That's a personal decision. I simply use present or absent unexcused. So that's the attendance function. Our assistant registrar, Shawneek Branch, sends out a little Word document that also details how to take attendance. It is critical that the attendance be taken timely for at least the first two sessions, but given that this provides feedback to the students, we expect you to do the attendance on a daily or every time the class meets. Uh, at the end of the term, you can go back and you can review all of the attendance by looking at a weekly view. Um, and as you can see before the class starts, there's nothing there. But once the semester begins, you'll see the uh, weekly, and you can see if you missed any attendance dates, go back and check your records. I passed out a sign-in sheet that provides backup to what I enter into the system. Again, that's optional.